Thanks for staying with us. You're watching WION The World is One. I'm Adhya Juneja and this is Speed News. Let's start with all the stories making headlines today. US forces launched a 9th consecutive night of strikes against Iran. The US Central Command said its latest strikes on Iran targeted command centers and other military facilities in a bid to prevent Tehran from attacking vessels transiting the Hormuz Strait. It said that the targets included air defense and coastal surveillance sites, maritime capabilities, missile and drone launch sites, and communications network. Meanwhile, Iran's Revolutionary Guards claimed to blow up 2 oil tankers after they attempted to transit the southern route of Hormuz. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that Iran is using the waterway as leverage for the ongoing war. The US military has said that a service member has been killed in an Iranian attack in northern Iraq. Well, this day after an attack on a base in Jordan killed 2 US soldiers and left another missing. In a post on X, the US Central Command said the individual was killed during a controlled detonation of unexploded ordnance from a downed Iranian attack drone. It also wounded a second service member. The death brought the number of American service members killed since the US and Israel launched their war on Iran to 17. Iran's Revolutionary Guards say they launched a surprise attack on a US command center in the Al-Tanf region of Syria in what it said was revenge for the blood of martyred soldiers. The Al-Tanf base is located near Syria's southeastern borders with Jordan and Iraq. Meanwhile, Iran's Tasnim news agency reported that funerals were held for 3 soldiers killed in a US attack on the barracks in Iran Shahir. The Atomic Energy Organization of Iran has said that the US had attacked the unfinished Dakhovan nuclear power plant in the country's southwest, calling it an aggressive and brutal act contrary to international law. The UN's nuclear watchdog said it was looking into the report, noting that the plant contained no nuclear material when last visited by the IAEA. The Indian embassy in Iran has issued an advisory for nationals planning to travel to the country, urging them to postpone their trips amid the evolving security situation. It has also advised Indian citizens already in Iran to consider temporarily leaving the country. The advisory was shared through a post on social media platform X. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio called on other countries to step up and protect global shipping in the Strait of Hormuz after reported attacks by Iran on ships in the critical waterway. Speaking to reporters, Rubio said, and I quote, "The only reason why the US is conducting strikes is against assets of Iran that are being used to attack global commercial shipping. Other countries should join this interceptor," unquote. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has lauded Lebanon's efforts to restore peace following the country's latest round of talks with Israel. Rubio held talks with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun at the State Department over implementation of the trilateral framework. In a statement, the US State Department said that Secretary Marco Rubio has condemned the courage of Lebanese President Joseph Aoun for their determined effort to reclaim Lebanon's sovereignty, disarm Hezbollah, and dismantle its terrorist infrastructure. Well, Rubio added that the US remains committed to supporting Lebanon's effort to deliver peace, security, and a better future for its citizens. In a big development in the Russia-Ukraine war, Kiev has blamed Russia for a deadly strike on a Turkish cargo ship. Ukrainian Navy alleged that the Turkish cargo ship carrying grain attacked in Russian missile attacks. Ukraine has also alleged that 6 crew members have been killed and 4 members are missing, while 8 have been rescued. Confirming the location, Ukrainian Prime Minister Sergei Koretsky said the vessel was struck near Odessa after leaving the port. Russia has amplified its airstrikes on Ukrainian cities overnight. Ukraine's Kharkiv Regional Military Administration have confirmed that Russia has attacked a postal terminal in the outskirts of the city, in which at least 3 people have died and 20 others have sustained critical injuries. A barrage of Russian missiles have hit the Ukrainian cities of Sumy and Kherson as well. Well, the Ukrainian authorities have confirmed deaths of 2 civilians, while several others were left critically injured. In one of the biggest attacks, Ukraine has allegedly launched more than 400 drones targeting Moscow. The mayor of the Russian capital has claimed that most of the drones have been neutralized by the Russian air defense system. The mayor has also added that 85 UAVs were destroyed on approach to Moscow. Ukraine's security service has released a video which allegedly shows a sea drone striking a Russian oil tanker. Identity of the vessel has been confirmed as a Vero from superstructure and design via matching archived images. However, the attack location is yet to be ascertained. Ukraine has described the vessel as part of Moscow's shadow fleet, which is allegedly used to evade Western sanctions. A heartbreaking visual has surfaced from one of the attacked buildings in Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia, where a mother has been waiting for the rescue of her 11-year-old daughter trapped in rubble. 40-year-old Katerina sat outside the shattered building calling for her daughter Masha and broke down in tears. Zaporizhzhia came under severe Russian attack on 16th of July. At least 3 people were killed after a Russian-guided bomb attack on residential areas. 6 people have been killed as a powerful 5.5 magnitude earthquake struck central Peru. According to the reports, 20 people were injured and over 300 residents were displaced after the quake hit the country. Quake hit late Saturday near the city of Sicaya in the Huancayo province, triggering the collapse of several homes and other buildings. Emergency crews carried out search operations overnight to save as many lives as possible. As the rescue operations continues, authorities say that the exact number of missing people still remain unknown. Death toll from Venezuela's devastating twin earthquakes has climbed to 5,208. Well, this is according to the latest official figures. Toll rose by 89 since Saturday, 25 days after the powerful back-to-back quake struck on 24th of June. The coastal state of La Guaira near the capital Caracas remains the worst hit region. Numbers of injured stands at 16,740. Recovery teams continues to pull bodies from the rubble of collapsed buildings in La Guaira. Authorities have not yet provided an estimate of how many people are still missing. Major search and rescue operation is underway off the coast of Guyana after a passenger ferry carrying more than 130 people capsized during an overnight voyage. Dozens have been rescued, but many remain unaccounted for as emergency crews race against time to find survivors. The MV Barima was traveling from the capital, Georgetown, into the inland town of Port Kaituma in the oil-rich Essequibo region when it overturned. Officials say initial reports suggest the vessel was struck by a large wave, while search teams continue to look for the remaining 66 passengers and crew members who are currently listed as missing. Philippines is set to host foreign ministers from Southeast Asian countries at the 59th Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN gathering in Manila. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is also due to attend and has said he is open to meeting with his Chinese and Russian counterparts on the sidelines of the summit. In Uttar Pradesh, 5 members of a family, including 4 children, died after their house collapsed amid heavy rainfall in Muzaffarnagar district. 5 other family members sustained injuries in the incident. According to the official, the family was having its meal inside the house when the structure suddenly collapsed under the impact of the heavy rainfall. Cockroach Janata Party protesters clashed with police in New Delhi as they attempted to march towards Parliament. Police resorted to a lathi charge to disperse the crowd after authorities denied permission for the march. Earlier, Delhi police had issued an advisory requesting citizens to not participate in the march and had said that no permission has been sought or granted for any proposed march to the Parliament. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged lawmakers to ensure a productive monsoon session of Parliament, saying meaningful debate backed by facts and not disruption should guide proceedings. The 32-day session is set to hold 21 sittings till 13th of August. Union government has placed 5 key bills on its legislative agenda, while the opposition is ready to mount a coordinated challenge over issues like NEET paper leak and Ayodhya Ram Temple donation theft probe. At least 13 people have died after a cloudburst triggered flash floods in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. Rescue teams comprising the Army, Jammu and Kashmir Police and the State Disaster Response Force continue search operations for the missing amid heavy rain across the Union territory. J&K Chief Minister Omar Abdullah chaired a high-level meeting to review situation arising from incessant rainfall. Chilean army and police forces continue operations to rescue families and houses flooded with mud as a severe storm system battered the country's central north region. Chile's military police are carrying out aerial rescues, airlifting isolated families from their rooftop as flood waters rise around them. The government has declared a preventive state of emergency across 10 regions across the country in effect from 13th of July to 21st of July to help mobilize emergency resources and coordinate response efforts. A wildfire swept through towns of France's Mediterranean coast near Fréjus on Sunday, threatening homes and forcing the evacuation of several hamlets as strong winds and drought conditions fueled its rapid spread. Train services between the Mediterranean port of Toulon and Les Arcs were suspended because of the fire. The World Meteorological Organization last month warned that the record temperatures that baked Western Europe for over a week in late June would worsen the risk of wildfires given the outlook for sustained high temperatures, very low humidity and dry vegetation. A massive wildfire continues to rage across central Spain with firefighters battling flames through the night into Sunday. The La Mierla wildfire has already scorched at least 9,000 hectares, forcing the evacuation of around 700 residents and leaving 16 municipalities temporarily deserted. Well, this is according to authorities. Spain's military emergency unit joined the firefighting operation, working alongside emergency crews to contain the rapidly spreading blaze and douse active flames. The regional government of Castilla-La Mancha has declared a level 2 emergency, warning that the wildfire poses a serious threat to populated areas and critical infrastructure. Officials say strong wind gusts continue to fuel the fire, making it difficult for crews to bring the situation under control. Samsung is relocating the headquarters of its U.S. consumer electronics business from New Jersey to Texas, a move that has also led to job cuts. The company confirmed the relocation may change its workforce structure as some employees may be unable to move, while certain roles are being restructured. The shift comes as Samsung increases its focus on AI and chip making, while its mobile business faces intense competition from Apple and Chinese rivals. Samsung said the move is aimed at improving collaboration within a growing technology and AI ecosystem and insists insisted there is no broad global reconstruction or restructuring of its consumer business. The U.S. Justice Department has allowed federal employees to download TikTok on government devices, reversing a ban that had been in place since 2022. The DOJ said the restrictions no longer apply after TikTok's U.S. operations were transferred to a new U.S.-backed joint venture. Under the new guidelines, executive branch employees can install the app on official devices, subject to their agency's approval and security policies. The 2022 ban was introduced over national security concerns, but the policy has now been changed following the restructuring of TikTok's U.S. business. Zepto users across India reported widespread app and website issues on Sunday with outage tracker down detector showing a sharp spike in complaints around 1:59 p.m. IST. Users said they were unable to place orders, while many also reported payment failures and connectivity problems during the outage. Several customers took to social media to share screenshots of the disruption, complaining about failed transactions and sudden price changes. The cause of the outage was not immediately known, and Zepto had not issued an official statement at the time of reporting. Asian markets remain cautious as rising oil prices and renewed inflation concerns weighed on investor sentiment. Brent crude climbed above $90 a barrel after escalating tensions in West Asia raised fears of supply disruptions. Investors are also closely watching a packed week of earnings from major technology companies, including Alphabet, Tesla, and Intel, amid growing questions over lofty AI-related valuations. While U.S. futures edged higher, broader Asian markets remain under pressure as higher bond yields and elevated energy prices kept investors on edge. Gold prices slipped as rising oil prices and expectations of higher U.S. interest rates dampened investors' sentiment. Spot gold eased to around $4,000 an ounce after Brent crude climbed above $90 a barrel, fueling inflation concerns. Comments from U.S. Federal Reserve officials signaling that further rate hikes may be needed also pressured the precious metal, as higher interest rates reduce the appeal of non-yielding assets like gold. Silver, platinum, and palladium, however, posted modest gains. The US dollar edged higher in Asian trade as investors shifted towards safe haven assets amid escalating tensions in West Asia. The greenback strengthened against major currencies, while Brent crude climbed above $90 a barrel, adding to market uncertainty. Traders are also closely watching the US Federal Reserve with expectations that interest rates will remain unchanged at its upcoming meeting, despite growing calls from some policymakers for further rate hikes. Spain are the new FIFA World Cup champions. Spain beat defending champions Argentina 1-0 after extra time to lift their second World Cup title. Ferran Torres scored the decisive goal after Argentina were reduced to 10 men late in normal time, following Enzo Fernandez's red card. Lionel Messi's side failed to register a single shot on target as Spain capped a dominant tournament with victories over France, Belgium and Argentina to complete a European and World Cup double. Kylian Mbappe has become the first player to win the World Cup Golden Boot twice. This after Lionel Messi failed to add to his tally in Sunday's final. The France forward scored 10 goals in 8 matches to edge out Messi for the Golden Boot. The 27-year-old moved clear of Messi by scoring twice in the third-place playoff. However, his brace could not prevent France from suffering a 6-4 defeat to England as they finished fourth. The French forward, who made his World Cup debut in 2018, also won the Golden Boot at the 2022 World Cup. It has been a remarkable year for Spain captain Rodri as the midfield maestro has been named the FIFA World Cup Golden Ball winner. The Spanish star played a pivotal role as Spain lifted their second World Cup title. The award adds to an incredible collection for Rodri, who has now won the FIFA World Cup, the Ballon d'Or, the UEFA Champions League, the Euros and the Premier League, further strengthening his status as one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. Christopher Nolan's adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey has shattered 5 box office records. The movie has earned $264.1 million in its global debut. The Odyssey has become Nolan's third largest opening ever. The movie, which was made on a budget of $250 million, has recovered its cost in its opening debut. The live-action remake of Moana has earned $178.5 million worldwide. The movie features Dwayne Johnson as Maui and is a remake of the animated hit of the same title. Minions and Monsters has earned $357.9 million globally. Despite taking the top spot during the North American Independence Day weekend, the film posted the lowest opening weekend in the history of the Despicable Me Minions franchise. Toy Story 5 is another movie which is on its way to enter the billion-dollar club. The movie has already earned $958.4 million worldwide. Directed by Andrew Stanton, it is currently the third highest-grossing film of 2026, trailing behind the Super Mario Galaxy movie and Michael.